I feel like you should just be obsessed with your partner. Like,
No.
Yeah.
No. No. What?
You go, no. You shouldn't. I'm like, John's abs, John's dick. I love him so much. And you're like, no.
No, I mean, I love you. Obsessed, though? That's...
Wow, John.
And welcome back to Give It To Me Straight.
I'm Alex.
And I am John, and we're your gracious hosts. That took it all out of me right there. I'm done.
John, wake up.
I can't.
What's wrong?
I woke up at 5:15 to
You
pee
need
this
to
morning,
do a
and
sleep
then
study.
probably
I really do think that you do.
sleep. How I'm sitting right now, uncomfortably, is just like how I sleep at night.
The
Just always
episode before, the one that we just watched, you sat like you were at least 180 years old, not 100.
Watch me at the 25-minute marker here. I'm gonna start being like, oh my god.
But besides your posture, we need to get matching chairs when we're in our new space. I really do think that you should do a sleep study. But
If I had a recliner, I'd be out. We'd be talking like,
dead. How do you even do a sleep study? Like, how do you get to one?
my dad had one done.
But do you like
For
ask
like
your
if you have sleep
primary
apnea
care?
or if you have like AFib or something like that.
No, but how do you know those things?
How do you know if you're an AFib?
Or how do you know that you have sleep apnea from a sleep study?
Oh, right.
Right?
I don't know. You told me to get that fucking
Well,
thing.
like the Whoop, I think is like a wristband.
Whoop, whoop.
I think.
Or the Ring. Doesn't the Ring do that too?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think that those like
Checks
detect
like heart rate,
sleep apnea,
REM
though.
sleep, and all that. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what they do.
I don't know. I just feel like it would affect your life in a positive way to have more information about that because you're tired all the time. Maybe you have low iron.
Another thing is, I think my coffee intake is way
Too much.
Too much.
You got to wean yourself off.
I'm probably like 4 cups a day.
What?
That's not too much. I think a cup of coffee is like 90
Yeah, no, no.
milligrams. It's not like I'm taking a fucking
you rely on
Celsius
it.
to the face.
You rely on it though.
I do. If I have an addiction at all, it's coffee, and I think that's I will live with that. Okay.
I just don't think that you should be as, sleepy as you are. You're tired every single day.
I know. It's also what we do though too. I'm not doing like mindless shit. If I was at my like old job doing the same thing all the time, like it's not like a mental toll. Doing what we do is like a mental toll. It's like we have to be on. We have to like be focused all the time.
But not all the time.
Right now we have to be.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like you need to
Putting
get
on
your
a face.
sleep. You need to get your sleep so you could show up for this. Because I mean, you could.
What's your problem
you're
then?
still yourself.
Because you don't show up all the time either.
No, I do, but I match what you give me. Like that's
Okay.
how I am. Like I'm the type of person. Like if you're giving me an attitude, I'm gonna give you. So every time I have an attitude, it's because I got
I'm
one
the problem.
from you
Yeah, it's me.
first.
You're right.
It's true. Like I'm really just a mirror to you. So whatever I'm receiving, that's what I'm giving.
Right. Anyways, you know what? I do want to bring up something that has nothing to do with this. I want to bring up from one of our short videos about me telling the woman she looks, what did I say? Scrumptious? What did I call her? Satisfactory? It started with an S. Whatever it was.
Stunning. Scrumptious.
You look scrumptious.
John,
That would have been
now I know
worse.
it was really
That would've
on
been
your
worse.
mind. Now I know.
Let me just set the scene. This lady was with her 2 kids.
John, you don't have to.
I
I don't
gotta do it
explain
again.
myself when I'm the
I
villain.
wanna explain it.
It was a short
I
clip.
was getting attacked.
People know the context if they've seen the full episode. Like, unless you post this short video right here.
I'm gonna post this one.
No, you're not. Like,
Fuck y'all.
People are gonna forget. I was the villain
a
like
compliment.
the past 6. So anyone who listens to the full episode, I feel like generally
I
we're
know.
on their good side. But it's always the short out of context clips where people love to hate on us.
The best part are people are like, girl, I can't believe you post this. I want to be like,
It's
uploaded
one or
this
the
video.
other.
I
Exactly.
chose this video and
John
I uploaded
uploads it.
I upload all these short videos. It's me.
So when I'm the villain, it's John making me the villain.
Sure.
And when John's the villain, he's doing it to himself.
People crack me up though. They like take this small clip. Obviously, we do it on purpose, but it's just amazing that people are like, what?
I mean, we
Without
know,
even seeing the whole thing.
but we know it's going to garner engagement. That's why we're
Sure.
posting it.
It's terrible that toxic videos are what gives
Again,
views.
I think in our brains, we're like, ooh, it's going to hook them so they'll watch the whole episode. But no one does.
No, they rather
No
just
one
judge us on 30
exactly.
seconds and be done with it.
To everyone listening to the full episode, we want to thank you.
Yeah.
Because you guys are our real friends.
And with that, like, subscribe, review. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Love the positive reviews. So what's going on, John? Anything else besides being sleepy and having to defend yourself?
Yeah. I just feel like I need to be better with small talk, kind of going off it. That had nothing to do with that. It was with today. I saw this guy I know at the gym. And like I was walking out of the gym, and I don't know if he was in a meeting
See, but
or
that's
not.
your mistake. Like that's why I just don't talk to people.
I don't want
at the
to.
gym.
Well, because I'm nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's even hard for me to say it. Anyways, I was like walking. I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Like tapped on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, you just get out of the gym?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Now what?
And then and now we're just making eye contact, and I'm like, "You gonna go to the gym today?" He goes, "I already went." I go, "Nice,
Sweet.
man." And then I did like a. And they kept walking. It was super awkward.
Again, though, I think that it's very easy for us to hyperanalyze interactions.
It's Larry David.
It's
definitely a Larry David moment.
But other people are probably not thinking about that, you know?
I don't know. He was a lot better at than me. I know there's a book about like how to master small talk if you want to do that, but
Maybe we should read it. Like, I feel like the older that I'm getting, the more awkward I'm becoming. And I'm like, maybe I'll just stay home.
just straight anxiety about talking to people at this point.
Yeah,
Just
it's
super
not
awkward.
going well.
Taking compliments is awkward.
I just sometimes when we get recognized, I'm not expecting it. I'm just like, oh, like I just never know. I'm like, thank you. Where are you? What are you? We did watch that movie. So movies, when you rewatch them after
Limitless.
10 years, it was Limitless. It's like when you think back, you're like, wow, that movie was so good. And then you watch it again and you're like, so cheesy. The animations.
I think the music and like the shooting of it was kind of cheesy because I'm sure that was cool back then. But the storyline was awesome. And Cooper, I got to give it to him, man. Like him with his little spouts of like speaking Italian and French and Japanese.
He's a
I'm
good
like,
actor.
Wow.
Has he won an Oscar?
I don't know, but
Speaking
he
of
should.
Oscars,
Yeah,
where I'm the villain.
exactly. I don't know if he won one for Silver Lining
I don't know.
or not, but this is where if Goo had a mic, I could be like, fact check this. But
Fact check. Well, I can look it up. I have a laptop.
it doesn't. That's
Bradley
okay.
Cooper Oscar.
You did it all with one hand.
Yep. I'm talented.
Silver Lining, right?
Wow, he's been nominated for 9 Oscars. Silver Linings, American Hustle, American Sniper, and A Star is Born.
Those were solid movies he's in.
Oh, wait. Hold on, but I want to see what he won.
Oh, he was only nominated for those. He didn't win those.
Yeah, it looks like all nominated. If I'm like looking at this correctly on Wikipedia, it just says nominated, nominated, not nominated. He's won a Grammy.
For what show?
A Star is Born, the movie with Lady Gaga.
I thought a Grammy. Oh, sorry, that's Emmy.
A Grammy is music, an Emmy is TV, an Oscar is the movies. John, if you're gonna win one day, you got to know what is what. Okay. But anyway, so you had some awkward interactions. I am just getting annoyed because my teeth are shifting. I like feel it. So
Wear
I called
your mouth guard or your retainer.
I know, but my bottom teeth, I don't have my retainer, and those are the ones that's shifting the most. I feel like everyone who has had braces or just like bad teeth growing up always ends up getting like Invisalign again down the road.
I just love that you're always the one that's like, don't get dental insurance. We don't need it. And then we always need it
Invisalign
for you.
doesn't cover dental. It doesn't cover Invisalign.
What about emergencies? Does it cover any emergency? How about
Maybe.
the time we went to the fucking emergency room 4 times?
Yeah, I don't think that it covers a root canal when I had a root canal. No.
When you like lost your tooth? Nothing?
No.
Do you know that 100%? Fun fact, Alex?
Dude, I don't fucking know. But I just know that in my life, I have not had many dental emergencies except for falling on my face and getting a root canal and my tooth falling out.
You are
It's
about
all
to
been
do some extreme.
This one tooth. Dental insurance, I'm 99.9% sure does not cover Invisalign.
You taking your jaw to rip it open in the morning, I'm pretty sure is going to be some.
No, that's for a mouth guard. But I have to, she said I need to get my teeth straightened first. It's a lot of steps, John. I can't just skip to a mouth guard. I need to get Invisalign.
Also, the woman you went to, like, I went to the dentist for $40 and yours was $300. Like, get the fuck out. For what? For what?
The
What'd you get?
location. I went to Beverly Hills.
This fucking place, man.
I'm sure that's why. My friend recommended it to me, so I went. I love to go to places.
Slap that
word of
Beverly
mouth.
Hills zip code on there and just bump the prices up for no reason. That's so annoying. Anyways.
Anyway, so I need to get Invisalign, but I'm like, are braces faster? Should I just get braces?
Yes.
Would you like me with braces?
I like you either way. I would make fun of you. But in a good way.
That's rude.
But in a good way.
I feel like I had braces for so long in my life that I don't know that I would get braces again.
The fact that you got braces and you just decided to not take care of your mouth after that. Like, if I was your parents, I'd be so mad. Because how expensive are braces?
Thousands of dollars, I'm assuming. I wouldn't know. I was like 10.
Privileged.
You're right. Yeah.
You know what my parents did? They gave Jen braces and not me.
You have fine teeth.
My teeth are right on top of each other.
Then get fucking Invisalign.
They said I'm going to have chiclet teeth when I'm older. Because they're going to be like right on top of
You're
each other.
going to have a lot of problems when you're older.
And Jen was breastfed. I wasn't breastfed. And that's why she's got a doctorate and I've just struggled through life.
Okay.
This is a woe is me.
Yeah, seriously. Here we go. Oh no, John, someone get the violin.
Trials and tribulations of John Bouffard. Anyways.
Well, let's help other people with their problems.
That's true. This isn't about us, right?
If you
this
want
podcast
advice,
about
John,
others.
you could write in
Right.
like the rest of
I'm gonna
everyone else.
I'm going to write us a question.
You should. Okay, shall we jump in?
Let's do it.
I have been in a relationship for over 3 years now and love him dearly, but I often get crushes on other guys. I fantasize about sleeping with them and sometimes being in a relationship with them, and then it just goes away as fast as it appeared. I always conclude that I love my boyfriend and don't want to be with anyone else. Is this normal? How can I stop?
Come on. Come on. How do you stop?
I'll help answer this. No, I'm going to say that it's not normal. If you're fantasizing and dreaming about being in relationships and sleeping with other people, potentially maybe you shouldn't be in your relationship.
Have you gotten off? Maybe you're horny.
That's true.
When I get off, I'm good. Watch some TV. Just chill.
Next question. No, I mean,
why would you be with someone if you're not even thinking about them? Isn't that half the point?
Well, I guess the question is like, is fantasizing bad? Like, is fantasizing about being sexual with someone else wrong?
Tough. That's tough.
I mean, I don't know how consuming is
How
it of
much
your brain?
fantasizing,
Yeah,
exactly.
because it's like I can appreciate the beauty of someone else in a movie or in a magazine and be like, damn. But it is not consuming me where I'm like, I would rather have this over what I have in front of me.
Is you fantasizing making you want to act? And that's like the big issue.
Because I guess I'm just like all day. I'm like, what's John's dick up to? Like, I'm not thinking of other people's dicks. I'm just thinking about your dick. And I'm like, how is he?
I'm more like,
how is he?
If I walk around this corner, is Alex going to attack me? That's what I'm thinking. I'm always on guard.
Ready to pounce.
Just ready to pounce. I don't have time to fantasize about other people because I'm more in a defensive, like fight or flight mode with Alex. Is she going to jump me when I walk into the kitchen?
Yes. Always on edge. Next question.
Well, for you, I'm sorry because that sucks. It really is like you shouldn't be with the person you're with. And if you're fantasizing to be with other people, like.
I know. I feel like you should just be obsessed with your partner. Like,
no.
Yeah.
No. No. What?
You go, no. You shouldn't. I'm like, John's abs, John's dick. I love him so much. And you're like, no.
No, I mean, I love you. Obsessed, though?
Wow, John.
That's for
I
children.
know that you're like trying to act all macho. You love me.
Of course I love you.
No, you're
What do you mean
obsessed with me.
obsessed?
No, like you think about me, you know?
You know why I don't? Because I'm with you 24/7.
You know what's annoying with you is that you're like, oh my God, give me space. And then the second that I'm out of the house,
Exactly.
you're like, I miss you. Like, you're already thinking of my trip when I'm going to Mexico City for a girls' trip. And you're like, you're going to leave me for 4 days?
When was the last time we weren't together for 4 days?
I don't know, John, but like, I need me time. And you try to play all macho like you're not obsessed with me because I know you are. I see through you.
When you're not with
your
me, of course I miss you.
six-pack.
When you're with me.
Fuck you. Next question. You know what? Now I don't like you, John. My boyfriend believes healthy couples don't fight. How do I make him understand that fighting and arguing is normal and sometimes a good thing? Just have him listen to our podcast.
No shit.
I mean, clearly we're fucking healthy.
If you're not fighting, are you even together?
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen any relationship without an argument ever.
Yeah, like how are you problem solving? There's no way, there's no sort of issue going on.
Are you just walking on eggshells?
Right.
Like, I don't think that
you're not comfortable enough with each other.
Okay, but there is a difference between like a healthy banter, like an argument, or like fighting all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in relationships where I'm like, we should not be fighting about everything.
Debating, growing, whatever, but not like being aggressively attacking one another.
Right. I think there's like certain
Just
styles of
fighting,
there's certain styles of fighting in a relationship.
What are you fighting about? Like, we're never fighting about our character with one another. We're fighting about like work.
Or like who takes the trash out.
Stupid shit we fight about, but it's mostly work stuff. It's not like when we fight, we're not attacking our relationship. That's the difference, I would say. So we're like, when we think our fighting's healthy, it's because we're trying to like problem solve something.
That is a big factor into something that would like split us up.
Right.
But I think context of what you're fighting about has a lot to do with it. However, in general, healthy couples do fight.
Yeah, that's honestly the best advice we can give you is have them listen to us. That's
and then he'll be like, wow, I don't want that. He's not even obsessed with her. Next question. My husband passed away 1 year ago. After he died, I found out that he had multiple other women during our marriage and at the time of his death. I've chosen to forgive him and to move on with my life, and I've fallen for one of his friends. We're keeping it a secret for now out of respect for my husband's family and friends, but I'm finally ready to show everyone how happy I am. Am I the asshole for choosing myself and choosing to be happy?
Okay, first off, so this guy cheated on you. Is that...
She didn't find out till after he died.
With multiple women.
With multiple.
Well, I mean, he's dead. You do whatever you want to do. You want to live your life. I want to feel bad for him. Like,
okay, number one, sorry for your loss. Number two, I mean, it is still sad. She's like now having to forgive him.
I'm sorry that you had to mourn this person who was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you had to go through it. So I feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for him.
And I also
you need to live your life.
I don't think that there's any set timeline of like when you're able to move on and choose to be happy. You know what I mean? And have to stick into someone else's box of like what is right, of how to grieve and like when you can move on or not. You have to do what's best for you and what feels right for you. And even though your husband sadly passed away, I'm not saying clearly things were wrong in your relationship, but like I'm going to assume here that things probably weren't like fine and dandy. So you might have been checked out of that relationship already prior to his death. So you know how like if you break up with someone, sometimes people like move on from breakups really quickly after, but you're like, I was checked out of that relationship a year ago anyway. So who's to say that even though your husband passed, you weren't already checked out of your relationship is what I was getting at.
I was going to say, I'm assuming he'd be happy for you, like looking down at you, but really he's in hell looking up at you for being a cheating asshole.
Well, you forgave him and you're moving on. And I think you do have to choose yourself. So no, you're not the asshole.
Choose yourself, live your life, be happy. I mean, I think his family would understand that they would think he would want you to be happy.
Right. And again, is you choosing to be with someone else and move on with your life really affecting other people? No. So they could go fuck themselves. Next question. So my girlfriend and I started dating a year ago, but there has always been this constant jealousy because my best friend is a girl. My girlfriend told me that the only way we could stay together is if I stopped speaking to my friend. I stopped talking to her to be with my girlfriend, but I honestly really miss my friend. She has been there for me during the worst parts of my life, and for the past 2 months, I can't stop thinking about her. I'm not sure if I should just leave things how they are and just hope it gets easier.
This is a friend from the past. We've had a question like this, but it was like the opposite. It was like a woman with a guy friend, even though the guy friend ended up liking her. But
Oh, right. And ghosting her.
if this is a true friend from the past and it's strictly platonic between the two of you, I feel like your girlfriend or wife or whatever should understand that and be a little bit more open to that relationship.
And not me thinking like, just go marry this girl.
Well, what does he mean?
go be with this
what does
girl.
he mean by like, I can't stop thinking about her?
I know. I mean, I guess if
When you write these questions, look at the verbiage, because sometimes I read the verbiage, I'm like,
Well,
that makes me a little
and that's
uncomfortable
what
how
it
you
is. It's
said
like,
that.
what purpose did this friend serve in your life that your girlfriend was like, or that were you talking to her every day? Because I do think that when you're in a relationship, like if you were talking to your
gotta
girlfriend
ease
every
off a
day,
little bit.
I'd be like, I don't mind that you're still friends with this girl, but like she's no longer your sounding board for everything going on in your life. I have to be that
Right.
person. So it's like, okay, if like you're thinking about this girl while you're with your girlfriend, like just go be with your
Well,
friend.
you've said in a previous episode, like your partner, like whoever you marry, they become your priority.
Right.
So it's like you have to take into account your wife's or
Well,
is it a wife or girlfriend?
They're just dating. Yeah, they're just dating. That's what I mean. Like,
I mean,
you have to follow your heart. Like, is your heart with your girlfriend? Like, or is your heart with your friend? Like, and does your friend even want to date you? Like, are you guys truly just friends? Like, I think you have to separate what makes you guys friends versus what crosses a line, and maybe communicate that with your girlfriend.
I think you both have to give a little yes. Your girlfriend needs to ease off a little bit, but if you're talking to this person every day, I think you need to figure out what your priority is.
Right. Next question. Is it weird to go to my ex's funeral? My ex got in a terrible car accident and recovery seems super slim. For backstory, I've known my ex since we were 13 and dated from 17 to 19, but haven't talked since we were 20-ish. I'm 23 right now and in a relationship of over a year and a half. My ex and I ended on good terms, and his sister and I still talk every so often. I don't want to jump the gun, but in case the worst does happen, is it weird to go to his funeral? Or if he pulls through, would it be bad to reach out and tell him I'm glad he's okay? This is sad. This is sad. I hope he pulls through. But the fact that you're already talking about his funeral, you're like, you're like,
why are you laughing?
It is sad. No, I'm saying like
But
this
you're
is
laughing.
terrible. No,
You're
like
going to hell.
But like, why is she already like, he's
Hey,
like,
she's thinking of all angles. I get it.
really?
What ifs?
I guess I'm just thinking
You're
like,
not a-
you have no hope.
I think she's just looking at all angles. She's probably a Taurus.
She's,
I'm going to use my astro signs.
I'm a Taurus.
You're you're a unique Taurus.
I'm an April Taurus. You're a May Taurus. So I'm like a positive Taurus and you're a negative Taurus.
I'm a what if, look at all angles.
And I'm like, look at this with hope. Why are you already planning his funeral? Like,
she wasn't planning it. She's just like thinking about, should I go if it happens? She's just getting prepped for it.
okay, fine.
I think your intentions are normal. You know, I think you're fine.
I don't
Either
think it's
one. I
weird.
think you go to the funeral and I think you say, I'm glad he pulled through.
Yeah, I think either one way, it's fine. And like, if
Because would you regret it if you didn't go or say something?
Right. And also like you're still connected to his family, his sister. You also had a relationship with this person. You knew him since he was 13. And I don't know. I just feel like if you wanted to go to an ex's funeral, like I would support that. I'd be like, this person was part of your life. I hate when like people in relationships.
No, you'd be like, but I'm coming with.
Oh, of course. Because I'd be like, I'm here to support as well. Like that's someone who was part of your past. Like you can't just pretend like that doesn't exist.
Right.
You know?
I
But
wouldn't go.
I hope
but-
he pulls through and you don't have to make that decision and you can tell him I'm glad that he's okay. But
Yeah. I'm sure he would love to hear that.
right. But I don't know. Yeah. And
Because what if you saw this person randomly and what do you got to like small talk?
Hey.
Oh, you almost died?
Yeah.
What? You got to pretend like you didn't hear about all this? Because then you look like the dickhead for not saying something.
I heard you almost died. It's like, I mean, but I guess you could also understand if, I don't know, I guess I wouldn't understand if someone didn't reach out to me and they heard I almost died. I'd be like, cool.
Well, yeah, you have to either go that route or the route of like, I had no idea.
Right.
You have to, you better be a good liar.
Yeah. Just reach out.
Yeah. You know what?
Check in on his sister. Next question.
Okay. I really thought you were going to do a conclusion there.
No, I've been banned from doing in conclusion, so never again. Instead, John just does
All right, go. Next question.
setting the scenes. Somehow, I'll still annoy you following a question. Next question. Would it bother you to find out that your spouse had a sexual past with someone you knew? My husband and I have been together for years. I thought I knew everything about his past, and I never cared about his exes or old hookups. But for some reason, I'm having a hard time with new information that I learned. After all this time, it recently came out that he had a short-lived relationship with a girl I was friendly with in high school. We all went to school together, so he knows I know her. He claims it was so insignificant that he just forgot to mention it. But I feel really hurt that he didn't think that I should have that information, especially since we see this woman a few times a year. Now, not only do I feel incredibly stupid for not knowing, I can't stop picturing them together, and it makes me sick to my stomach. Help.
I mean, even if it was somebody I hooked up with in high school, I feel like I would, if I talked to that person in front of you, I'd be like, yeah, we used to hang out.
Yeah, I think it's weird that
it just makes it worse because then it's like a buildup. You don't know if you find out eventually or not. I'd rather you just know immediately.
Because I don't think it's weird to not talk about everyone from your past. Like, it's the past is in the past. But if it's someone who you're always around, that's like lying by omission, I guess. Is that what you would consider?
I would never.
No, I know.
Know to use.
We were at like one party one time, and again, some girl was there who I've never seen in my life. And like, we probably never would have seen her again. But John has such a guilty conscience that he literally turns to me and goes, I fucked that girl.
I didn't say it like that. Shut up.
You did. It was something like that. And I was like, John, that's like, I didn't, okay, like, thank you. But then if anything, I was in my head the rest of the night because I was like, oh my gosh, like,
maybe
I was picturing you and her together. And I was like, now when? And it didn't bother me to the fact where I was like, oh, now I have to be annoyed with John that he like fucked this girl. Because again, it was before you knew me, but it was just...
I'm telling you right now, I don't want to know anything about your past. Don't tell me. Just let me live my life in peace.
Goo, you shouldn't tell him.
But oh my God. Are my eyes bloodshot?
No, they're fine.
I feel like I should have waited till at the end of that night to say something.
Right. Yeah,
but like I couldn't wait.
Then I was like I was like chatting with her naturally already, and then you told me, I was like, oh, what?
I think going back to this, but like even in my
because
scenario
ignorance is bliss sometimes too.
Well, I think if it arises and we run into someone, I will never lie about it. But like I won't just tell you for no reason if we see someone or it's in whatever. But yeah, I mean, he should have said something.
I guess it's like, when did you start dating? Like, when would this conversation have come up? Either way.
It doesn't matter. Either way, you've hung out with this lady multiple times. Like, yeah, you should say something.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but at this point, what are you going to do now? Like, I would have an upfront and open conversation with are you guys dating or you're married? No, you're married. And so I would have an upfront and open conversation with your husband and be like, listen, the floor is yours. Is there anyone else in our friend group who you've had sexual relations with? Like, and for me, I don't care if they're not around and in my face and people that we're hanging out with, but I do think
you have the right to know.
You have the right to know.
If it's in your circle or you run into these people. If it's someone you've never fucking seen.
Who cares?
Who fucking cares?
Right. Yeah. Someone who you'll never run into.
Don't open up something that's going to stir up drama for no reason.
But I don't know. I understand that now you're like, I can't stop picturing them together. Just don't. There's nothing you can do about it now.
Right.
I don't know.
How long ago was it?
I guess before they were married.
Before they were dating, I'm assuming.
I guess.
We don't know
I
that.
hope. Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
We're on our mediocre advice train right now, so best of luck. Okay, next question. So my best friend and I are dating each other and we are looking into getting married. But here's the thing. He's constantly in touch with his ex-girlfriend. She keeps calling him all the time throughout the day and is always up to date with whatever he is doing. And the worst part is that when I question him, all he says is that this will slowly fade away when she finds someone to be with. It's been a year since their breakup, and I recently just got to know through a mutual friend of his ex that she's been telling everyone that they are still together. I don't know what to do. Everything else is perfect except for this one thing, which is a huge deal for me.
It's a huge problem.
I think that's a pretty huge, it's just this one thing that my husband's ex is still going around saying.
Telling people we're together.
I mean, they're not married, but still, that's not just a little thing. What?
Yeah, I think you need to say something.
Or your boyfriend needs to say something.
Well, you need to say something to him, and he needs to cut that out, cut that relationship completely.
Are you sure that
the fact that she's saying that?
Are you sure that he's only dating you? Are you sure?
With what information we know, and for her and what information she knows, the fact that this woman doesn't respect the relationship that's currently going on is totally unfair to you, and it's disrespectful, and your boy needs to get her to kick rocks because that's
it really is on your boyfriend though. Like I, if anything, would be judging him and how he handles this in your relationship, you know?
Do you know how psycho that sounds, by the way? She's telling people they're together. Like, even if I was the boyfriend, I'd be like, this chick's crazy.
I know, but that's what would make me not trust the boyfriend and be like, are you still together?
Maybe he likes
and
that
why
attention.
the fuck are you still in communication with her on a regular basis, waiting for her to move on? How is she going to move on when you're not letting her? I don't know. I don't like it.
No.
Red flags. I think you need to drop your boyfriend.
He might be attention seeking. There's a lot of different angles. You know, before we go on to the next question, by the way, I've noticed the past 4 questions were not questions I pulled. So I'm doing all this work pulling questions, and then you say, your questions suck. I'm going to do my own. Is that what's going on here?
I'm opening up new threads. I'm like, oh my God, this is a good question. And then I'm just like pulling in new questions. And then
I thought my questions were
I'm copying
really...
and pasting your questions for the next episode.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
But
yes, I am. John, this one's for you.
Ready.
This one you pulled. Ready? Got it? Listening? My boyfriend, 31, and I, 28, have been together for 3.5 years. We have a toddler and another baby on the way. The beginning of our relationship was very rocky. He lied to me about hooking up with other women after we first started dating and generally wasn't a very honest person. I was already pregnant when I realized some of these issues, so I felt a little stuck. I will say after about 1.5 years together, things have changed drastically, and he started to become the man and the father I hoped he would be. My trust issues did not fade away, and I have always checked his phone periodically. Recently, he went on a business trip and was drinking heavily with his business partners, which he never really does. One of the nights he went out, I hardly heard from him, and he didn't communicate with me. I was at home with raging pregnancy hormones with a gut feeling that something was happening. The next day, he apologized profusely and said that nothing happened, that he had gotten a little too drunk and his phone died. He flew home that day, and while he was sleeping that night, I looked through his phone and found out that he had deleted a message thread to someone he had met in California. And the thread essentially let me know that he met her at a bar, got her number, and was trying to convince her to meet him outside the bar or inside the bar to chat. This was around 1 a.m. when I was also texting him, and he wasn't responding to me, but texting this random girl instead. I brought this up to him extremely hurt and betrayed, and we talked at length. After our conversation, I feel validated in my feelings, and I feel understood and heard by him, but I'm scared to trust him. Am I an idiot at this point for continuing to think this has a chance of being fixed?
I'm not going to say...
Say it.
Did she say, am I an idiot?
Yeah,
I'm not going to call you an idiot.
No. Okay, I thought you were going to say something else.
For you to feel like your feelings you're heard and you're now back to being comfortable, no, you shouldn't be at all.
I think you only feel this way, like understood and heard by him because he got caught. Would he have told you that he was texting this girl at 1 a.m. and not responding to you if you didn't bring this up? No. He wouldn't have. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like that. You already had issues with him in the beginning. I would not trust this man.
I'm trying to be devil's advocate, but for him to be messaging someone at 1 a.m. I don't think that's anyone from work. So
well, no, I guess she read, or I don't know. How do you also find a deleted message thread?
I don't know. Maybe she's an IT guru.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're pregnant. You already have a kid. And this guy just...
He's not making you priority. And again, the only reason why this conversation was addressed in the first place is because he got caught. That is another issue in itself. It's a red flag that he wasn't prioritizing you, that he was out at 1 a.m. drinking, pursuing another woman and not making you...
No, the main thing is he said his phone died and his phone didn't die.
Right.
So he's straight
lying.
Straight lied.
Yeah. And again, like he's saying what you want to hear. He's saying what he thinks you want to hear because he got caught.
I get where she's coming from though. She wants to feel she wants to feel like everything's gonna be okay. Like I'm sure the last thing she wants to be is a single mother.
When people show you who they are, trust them. But there's plenty of other good people out there who would be willing to date you and be with you and respect you.
All I'm saying is like I could see where the fear that she might have, like raising the kids by herself without the father involved and like not having this relationship. Like I'm sure she's just trying to look at all angles.
If you're in a place in your life that you can financially handle yourself and you have the support to work with your kids and co-parent potentially with him, I would look into that. I would highly consider that. To me, this man is not doing anything to help.
This wasn't a little white lie.
Yeah, to rebuild your trust. And I know that we're also not helping to make you feel better about it. But again, there's a reason why you wrote in. There's a reason why you feel this way. There's a reason why you went through his phone. And I think that you should trust your gut. Big believer in trusting your gut.
The fact that you're already looking through his phone, you're not trusting even before this. I don't blame you. Yeah, I think he's got to go.
Got to go. Next question. My brother and his best friend have known each other since kindergarten. They have found themselves in a complicated love triangle with the same woman. First, I should mention these two have been inseparable for most of their lives. Both were Army vets and they were roommates for over a decade. My brother's best friend met and married a girl in 2020. She was a single mom of 3 boys, so he got himself an Insta family. Within that year, she was pregnant with their first child together. During this time, my brother continued to be roommates with them. After a year, they all moved to another state together and got a house together. Another 5 months go by, and this woman tells me she had an emotional affair with my brother. She made the decision to break up with my brother's best friend, and it's now been a year since they broke up. My brother moved out of their house, but still lives nearby, and he has a relationship with this woman. My brother's best friend is financially supporting her and her 4 kids. They continue to live together, but they're not a couple, all while she sees my brother on the side. They all refuse to tell anyone else about the situation. For example, my brother's best friend's parents think that he's still happily married. They go and visit, and she posts pictures like they're a happy family. I talk to both her and both guys occasionally and know for a fact everyone is miserable, especially the guys. Should I out them to the parents, make them grow up and deal? I'm so frustrated because I know the woman is taking advantage of her now ex-husband. Seeing so much pain caused by her kills me, and she just continues to get away with it. But if I out them, it could just hurt them all. I've been at odds with this for nearly a year.
That is crazy. That reminds me of that movie Brother or Brothers with Jake Gyllenhaal. He's in the army. I didn't even watch the full movie. It was him and then like his friend got married and there was like this love triangle with...
The love triangle in that movie happened because the brother thought his brother died. So he kind of
they're actually brothers. Well, they're close enough.
Yeah, the brother died. In this situation, your brother is kind of the asshole here. He just swooped in to his best friend's...
died in that movie. He shot him or something, didn't he? Did you see that movie?
In the movie Brothers, Jake Gyllenhaal's brother, Tobey Maguire, goes off to war, leaving his family behind. They think that he died at war. And so Jake Gyllenhaal ends up canoodling with Natalie Portman. And then Tobey Maguire comes back and is like, fuck you, man. That's my family. That's my wife. But they thought he died.
Right.
Man, I haven't seen that movie in forever.
You ever
What?
see the SNL skit where it's like, "We love you, Natalie"? She's like, "Yeah, I want to fuck you too."
No,
The Natalie Portman like
No.
raps. Oh, it's great.
I didn't see that.
Anyways, well, this whole triangle
That's a clusterfuck.
sounds terrible.
However, I think that the men in this situation need to fucking grow a pair. You saying something is not going to really do anything. I think that it's just like, again, this is one of those situations. It's out of your control. You could say something, start some drama, but it's not going to fix anything.
Right? They're so intertwined right now,
Yeah.
all three of them. Like,
Dude, like, what, does this
though,
woman have
the
golden
only one that
puss?
could really leave is the brother, because I mean, he has no kids. He doesn't
Right.
have a tie with them
Right.
really, and like,
I know, but like to kind of do that to your best friend though, like he's in a and this girl is also raking it in. She's got D coming from all places.
maybe this is like a Savages kind of thing,
Right?
You know, we don't know. Maybe there's like a
That's
love
true.
triangle that's an actual love triangle,
And
like
it works. And it works for them.
right.
But I don't know.
Listen, the fact that the friend can still go to family functions with her and the kids, because it says it in there, and like take photos together like they're a happy family, because the family doesn't know.
Right.
For him to have that kind of like mental fortitude to be able to do something like that, I feel like they're still hooking up. I'm just like in my head, I'm gonna just put some scenarios
You know what?
together.
And if it works for them, like you might think that they're miserable and they might tell you that they're miserable, but who knows? Like that's why I just think stay out of it. If it's gonna implode, it will on its own. I mean, and you could just sit back and enjoy the show.
This kind of goes to that one question about the girl knowing her sister was cheating on her husband or whatever, and she's like, "Should I say something?"
Well, yeah, but I mean,
And
that's
it's just
true.
like,
But
what did we say to that?
But that's like different though because it's your family. Like in this situation, your brother's being the idiot and like kind of like he shouldn't be involved. If anything, I would tell your brother not to be involved. Like if your brother had kids with this woman and your parents were the ones who believed that this marriage was still going on and it was a sham, then it would kind of be different. But I just feel like because it's not like you have nieces or nephews
Okay, so
involved.
if you're gonna say anything to anyone, you say something to your brother.
Yes.
And try to get him out of this
I just
situation.
feel like, dude, this is messy. Like,
Because what
find
if he has a
someone,
kid? He knocks her up.
Yeah.
And then it's
him
like,
and his
oh my
besties
God.
are true Eskimo brothers. I mean, they're already
No,
Eskimo
they're
brothers.
Eskimo brothers, but I don't know if you have a kid, is that like
I guess in
ultimate
your family,
Esco brothers?
because then your kids would be half siblings, right?
She seems toxic.
I mean, I don't know.
Not her, like the woman.
Yeah. I mean,
The one
I
like
know
I
that.
had an emotional affair, like boo hoo, like boo woes her, like fuck that.
Yeah. I think that this is just, it's a matter of time before shit hits the fan. And
Just get into your brother's ass about it.
yeah. Get your fist up his ass.
Just fist him.
And we're going to leave it at that.
All right.
All right, next question. So my boyfriend received a letter from his ex. My boyfriend and I have been together for about 18 months, and during this time, we've had a baby, lived together with our pets, daughter, and son from a previous relationship. He always told me his ex was crazy and had mental health issues, and I didn't fully believe him because I'm a girl's girl. She has tried to get a hold of him multiple times and uses her mental health to convince him into a conversation with her. Once I found this out, I asked him to block her on everything and to cut ties with her. He did. She recently sent a letter, which was in a box with baby clothes addressed to him. As soon as I saw it, I texted him and he told me to open it and he told me to do whatever I felt I needed to do with it. His mom was visiting at the time and she was like, "Oh no, we've all had to block her." She confirmed she was in fact on the stalker side of things. And my boyfriend would always try to end things with her and she'd threaten him with suicide. So pause in the question. She sent a picture of what the letter said. So I'm just going to summarize it really quickly because
I kind of want to hear the whole fucking thing.
the whole letter
How long is it?
is wild. Well, it's double-sided, but I'll just like skim through it. So it's an actual picture of this letter that was addressed to her boyfriend. And she said, "It's been almost a year since we have talked. I've been going back and forth a lot if I should even write this. Honestly, for months, I have wanted to reach out. I worry that nobody would tell me if something did happen to you. And I really hope if God forbid something even did, they would tell me. Then about 2 months ago, I found out about your daughter. I knew you would always be a great father. That little girl is very lucky. But I would be lying if I didn't say it broke my heart when I found out. I always thought we would get married and have kids together, but I guess God had different plans for us. I still do and always will have feelings for you no matter what. You were the love of my life, and I'm not saying we weren't meant to be together, but I know we loved each other very much, and nothing will ever take that away. I miss talking to you every day and hearing your voice. I miss hearing about your day and your job. I really wish we were still friends and kept in touch. I would love to hear how things are now. To be honest, I would love to hear you still have feelings for me. I don't know if you're still with your daughter's mother or what your plans are, so I'm sorry if I caused any problems, but it's just something I needed to do. I miss you and think about you from time to time, what our future would have been like, and blah, 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 blah. And then the back of it, it's like, some days are better. Some days I take a trip down memory lane. It makes me sad. And then she goes about how she's finding God, and she loves him. I love you and hope to hear from you soon. Love always and forever. Signed her name. But it's a 2-page letter.
So she sent baby clothes for
the daughter, for the baby. So let me finish.
I thought it was like, you're a father to my child.
Oh, no. So ex-girlfriend found out that she...
Oh, I got it. Yeah,
okay,
I got it.
So let me finish this question. So she says, as you could see in this letter, she says things that are just batshit crazy. I ended up calling her and telling her to leave my boyfriend and our family alone. She sent my baby clothes, and we don't even know how she knew about her or how she knew the sizes that she was wearing. She ended up leaving a voicemail and had the audacity to say that she wasn't trying to steal my man and kept insisting on my boyfriend to call her. I'm always afraid she's going to show up and do something crazy like a Lifetime movie. Does it make me crazy that I'm preparing for the worst? No. Call the fucking police. I would file a police report immediately.
Yeah. That whole letter, she was like waves. It was just waves of like personality. It was crazy.
The fact that that your ex-boyfriend's entire family has blocked you. This person is clearly not trying to communicate with you. I mean, again, mental health problems. And I hope that she does get the help that she needs. But you who's writing in, you have to protect yourself and your family. And I'm like, I listen to too much fucking true crime.
Protection.
Get some protection, but also file a police report because you want this on record that this is something that has happened. Because I don't know. Again, true crime, I can only see this escalating. And that might mean like her coming around to your neighborhood. I don't know where she lives. And she might be harmless, but you just don't know. And the fact that you have kids in the picture now, you and your boyfriend have to protect yourselves. And the fact that his mom was also like, oh no, she's crazy. No.
I'm more concerned of how does she know the baby sizes?
I mean, you could find anything out. I'm sure if like someone posted on the internet, she could figure out timing when the baby was born, if they have a mutual
I will say
friend.
this, I actually feel really terrible for this woman. The one,
ex?
The ex. She has.
You mean because she's struggling with mental health issues?
Oh, 100%. She needs help. 100%. Who knows what her home life's like? If she's alone, does she have anyone to talk to? Is anyone out there supporting her? Like, she needs to speak to someone.
But that is not your responsibility.
I'm not saying it's their responsibility, but this person might be the next active shooter. You don't know. Like, somebody needs to talk to this person.
And you don't. But
like, let's not turn a blind eye to this person that everyone's gonna be like when people say like, oh, Johnny, he was such a good boy, and then he blasts up the school.
Of course, I think though it's not on you to make sure, like, if anything, if your boyfriend has a mutual friend,
it's not on you to check up on her. But like you said, the evidence that you have, get all that together, and I would show the police that letter immediately because they can take action on that and be like, maybe we should check on that, just to check on this person.
Right. Because like, I don't know, these aren't things to take lightly at all. It's scary, but just make sure you're taking these measures and you're on high fucking alert. I don't know. I just don't think, again, like I said, it might just be because I listen to true crime podcasts all the fucking time that I'm like, assume the worst. Assume the worst.
I'd just be uneasy the whole time. Be like, who's this random person? Is she going to show up randomly at a birthday party at my house at the front door? Like, you don't know.
Trying to get your boyfriend back. Like, the lengths that she's already going are alarming. And again, it's sad. And you can, and I say this all the time, you can feel two things at the same time. You could want to protect your family, and you could also feel bad for this girl.
You
but
can
at the
want
same
your
time,
husband to have an Oscar. You can not want your husband to have an Oscar.
Those are true. No, I do want you to have one. I want to win it first. I'm happy for you, but I'm also a petty bitch. But no, I just think that you have to do what's best for you, and you're not crazy. Because that was the question. Does it make me crazy that I'm preparing for the worst? No. You have your protective motherly instincts in you.
Protect your family.
And what his ex is doing is not normal behavior.
No.
So you should be alarmed. Be safe out there, everyone. Next question. My boyfriend, 31 male, went missing on a hunting trip a year and a half ago and was never found, presumed to be lost at sea. I've posted to social media many times in his memory, and this has caused some issues with a relationship I was in recently. I was asked to take down the photos I had of us on social media because he didn't feel comfortable answering questions about why I have another man on my accounts. At first, I listened and selected the hide options on these posts, but I wasn't comfortable doing so. I've since ended the relationship and published everything again, but now I feel like I shouldn't have these things up if I want someone new in my life, and I feel insecure about it. What's your opinion on memorial things for a past loved one? Note, none of my primary photos are of him, just older ones and posts. From a confused and heartbroken 27-year-old female.
You should totally have those photos up. Somebody, you don't think so?
No. I was going to agree with you and just say like that.
How dare that guy, is he so insecure? You're missing someone that you love. Anyone, a family member, anything. I would hope that you would want to support her in that.
Just like these questions that we
what
answered
the
in the
fuck
past.
is wrong
it's like
with people?
Your partner, that speaks so much. That speaks volumes about the type of person that they are. Exactly.
No.
Like the right person will understand the type of grieving that you went through and how I don't know. Like it just feels wrong to tell someone how they're supposed to grieve and memorialize a relationship that they didn't ask to end, that ended tragically. You know,
so insecure, that person's a beta is what they would call it, right?
It's just bullshit. I don't know. And I don't think that this is anything that you should ever feel insecure about. You had bad feelings about this person because he was a bad person and wasn't right for you. But no normal, secure person would ever shame you into posting about someone who passed that you loved.
You don't even know if they passed. They went missing.
Right. This is a brother situation. But still,
What do you mean a brother situation?
The movie, they assume he's passed.
I was like, what are you talking about?
A lot of these questions are pretty dark. Maybe I have been listening to
you're the one who pulled them. I had some cool ones. Next week's episode, I want the one with the letter.
You know why?
That the dad got.
The letter that the dad got?
That the daughter saw.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. You know why we watched that show Love and Death? And it was based on true story.
Is that the Olsen sister?
Elizabeth Olsen is in it. It's a great show on HBO. But anyway, I'm so sorry for, number one, that you even had to go through this and not have answers.
Not have closure. To not have closure on something is horrible. And I'm sure you're still grieving over it.
But also that you dated a fucking douche who made you feel bad about posting. Who cares about him having to answer to other people's questions?
I love how he turned it around on himself. Like, it makes me uncomfortable because people are asking me, like,
I'd be like, that sounds like a you
people are
problem.
Questioning. People are so fucking stupid.
Thank God you dropped him.
There needs to be more people like me out there.
And me.
just me.
No, probably
just more
me the most. Like more of, like maybe you, but more of me. Way more of me.
All right, that's it.
Sure. Should we talk about our icks, John?
Yes.
Let's do it. What's your ick?
My icks.
Oh, you wrote it down.
I have a few. First one, I don't want to shame anyone in the gym for working out. That's totally fine. It's just being aware of other people's space and just timeliness. This woman is jump roping with there's 3 squat racks.
Wait, was this from yesterday?
She did it again today.
Today? She almost took me out yesterday.
This person is jump roping in the gym is so crowded, and she takes the squat rack. The squat rack is up on a lift, and it's like this one little
Platform.
wooden platform so you can have flat surface. And everyone's always waiting for the squat rack. She's not using the squat rack. She's just jump roping in there. I'm like, you can fucking do that anywhere. And just people are waiting for her to get off. It's just like, it's so annoying. Sometimes I feel like people are just doing stuff to show up. She's like double dutching or like double dutching is this, right? She's taking it and like swinging it around like this.
No, I mean,
and you're just showing off.
I think if anything, like our gym just needs to be fucking bigger. But no, that is rude. It's
jump rope outside.
No, yeah, go outside or go into one of the studio rooms or in the fucking lobby. Like, there's so much.
Or outside.
I don't know. There's just. I feel like we
Gym
always
etiquette.
have. We
Gym
always
etiquette.
have gym icks. They're never ending. We could do a full episode on gym icks.
It's not bashing people for working out.
No.
It's like, dude, I want.
It's etiquette. It's etiquette.
So annoying.
It's like when you spew your sweat all on a machine, clean it up.
I know.
You nasty motherfucker.
Your weights. Be timely. Other people want to use stuff. Don't be on your cell phone and we're just waiting for
Remember
you.
that one time, like the girls were just chatting for 50 minutes?
And I was like, excuse me. And the one started crying. I was like,
oh God.
I was like, oh.
Something emotional. But go get coffee. Go cry over tea. The gym, everyone, it's crowded. I think it's just reading the room. If like there's other racks open, sure. Do what the fuck you want.
If it's fucking packed.
Yeah.
How many people go to the gym just to like dick off, by the way? Like when we're there, it's crunch time.
I'm going to say it, and this might piss some people off, but I think some people go to the gym just to say they went to the gym. Like, and they dick off, but then they're like, I went to the gym today, brah.
And it's like,
and then they just like walked around. Some people just, that's what their social hour is at the gym.
Okay, that's fine. And let it be your social hour, but stand in the fucking corner or away from all the machines. Let other people fucking use it. Just
all right,
so
what's
annoying.
next on your,
all right,
on your
next
ick
one.
list? On your ick list?
There's two.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
Mine's also gym related, but it's not like at the actual gym. It's more of my ick is with gym and working out overall. I hate that you have to go. I'm over it. And I think that there's this misconception about fitness and working out when people are like, yeah, but like, I don't love it. I'm not a fitness person because I just don't love it. Neither do most fitness people.
I liked it when I was single.
Well, because you were probably like seeing hot girls at the gym.
Yeah, it's like the only place I could go.
Okay, but like now
But like it was motivated because I was like single, and now I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting older. I'm just trying to maintain where I'm at before I fall apart.
For like the 25 years that I've been, doing physical activity on a daily basis, it's just a fight to get there. No. And I hate it. I'm like, why can't we all just be naturally fit?
It's worse when you're older. I can tell you that.
I'm just tired. I don't want to do it.
Oh, now you're tired?
Have to do it.
Now you're tired? All right, my other icks. One real quick. The other day you got mad at me for like breathing.
Yeah, you breathe too loud.
Or like,
I mean, normal.
You yelled at me for my soup, for eating the soup a wrong way. The soup, you made a bowl of soup and you got mad at me because I like
because you choke on it every time.
Because it's hot and then I had to sneeze and then I almost choked on it. I don't know what it is with me eating soup. I always choke on the soup all the time. But you yelled at me for that. Yeah. And then my other ick is how you throw my icks in my face. Because the last week or the week before, I was like, Alex doesn't help me with Kobe in the morning. And so like 2 days ago, Alex got up and like let Kobe out and fed him his pill. And she goes, it's not that fucking hard. And I'm like, okay.
No, because I woke up in the morning and I was like, John's still sleeping. I'm not going to put Kobe's food in the bowl and make a ruckus. And I said, yeah, the fuck I am. And I said, I'm going to do it from 10 feet above and pour his food into that metal fucking bowl and wake up the entire house.
And this is why I don't get good sleep.
It's like one of those things that in relationships, it's like, is it worth nagging about? Like, how long does it take you to actually do it? And I timed it. It took 25 seconds to do Kobe's morning chores that you bitch at me for.
25 seconds.
No.
Times.
But
a year.
I know, but like
a day, a year.
I do it. Like, but again, I don't do it when you're still sleeping because it would wake you up.
Okay, let's read a review. One review. My favorite couple, Jess D13. I love you guys and all that you do. I love your energy and the way you get along. Wow.
Wow. We got
You are
along.
beautiful people. Thank you for entertaining us.
Oh,
Thank you, Jess.
Thank you.
All right, guys, like, subscribe, email, comment. Thank you so much for listening to us this week.
5-star reviews. 5-star reviews. 5-star. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to reach us, you can email us at hello@giveittomestraightpodcast.com, and you can find us at Give It To Me Straight Podcast everywhere. And we will see you next
later.
week.
Ciao.
Bye.